right. Fortunately, now we got something going on. I tried to do this morning. It didn't work. So I'm trying to see if I can some. So some lighting. Okay, let's see if I can get this right. So let's see if we get people here. Most of you are working or having lunch, so hopefully somebody Hey, what's up? We gotta do something together one of these days. All right. Let's see if we can get somebody else. Well, let's start with what we are gonna talk today. I'm gonna talk about the Raptors first, and then what happened there, what happened in that game, and a little bit of stats about the game today. And so yeah, we gotta do something. And so, all right. So this is the thing with the Raptors. We had open looks; they didn't get in. I think we overpassed. The Lakers overpassed. Anthony Davis should work through these double teams a little bit more. Some way, because the problem is that as long as he becomes just a passer, the Lakers are going to have problems. The idea is, right, like if they double him, make him pay. But if the shots are not getting in, he's going to have to take charge. He's going to have to start showing MVP caliber game, because there is an impression that he is soft, and that if he keeps maintaining that image, it's gonna probably affect him, because a lot of teams are gonna try to rough him up. And I understand if he doesn't want to get all the way in, and but then we're gonna have to have either LeBron or somebody else cutting in, somebody that can get rid of their defense. Because the problem with the Raptors is that they are the best defensive team in the NBA right now, or the second. It's between them and the Bucks, but I think they are number one right now. And so and they have a chip. They have a chip. On their shoulders, because even though they are the champions, nobody is taking them as a serious candidate to repeat. So they have that chip on their shoulder. And I'm telling you, they are playing championship caliber games. I don't know how people are missing that, but the Raptors are a very, very dangerous team, even without Kawhi, even without Danny Green. So I would not be as dismissive as people are. Now, I think the Lakers have the personnel to completely take him, take him down. But I believe that in both games that the Raptors played against the Lakers in this season, there's something has happened. The Lakers start very confident and to certain extent complacent, and the Raptors are a fighting team from the moment that whistle blows to start the game until the end. And that is one of those teams that you cannot let go ahead, because they will never let off by themselves. They will never slow down. They are scrappy. They're a fighting team. And so if you are not on top of them, they will beat you. And so the Lakers could not get aggressive at the beginning, so they have to come from behind. They did it a few times. They got close a few times. They even got ahead, a few times. But right away, the Raptors started putting pressure. The Lakers dismantle again. And there's something that has been exposed about the Lakers. Good passing teams that have a lot of threats from the outside usually are really hard for the Lakers to beat. And so a lot of teams are going to pay attention to that. They are going to play small to create a mismatch in that way. So the Lakers have to be forced to use the bench that has been all this season lacking on offense. Now, Waiters is there so that doesn't happen. But if you have to play small ball the whole game, then you have to really make adjustments and leave players like Markieff Morris having more minutes, maybe even use Devontae Kaycock and Taylor Horton Tucker, and better use them in these games, because if you can't get the right formula for the playoffs, I know Vogel is going to use the guys that he uses all the time. But if they face the Rockets, remember the Rockets small ball team beat the Lakers during the season, and so the Lakers have to watch out for that. They have to be prepared for that. Those are teams where Anthony Davis is going to have to be scrappy. He's going to have to be aggressive, and he's going to have to find ways to score on those games. I mean, he was silenced on this game against the Raptors. Now, let's forget about that game. Let's just hope that the Lakers are learning from it and devising new strategies to deal with. I saw Frank Vogel trying some stuff. He put J.R. Smith. Unfortunately, J.R. Smith is still getting his game shape back, in the sense that I know he took care of himself all that time, but it's not the same thing to take care of yourself out of a basketball court, that be in the game. Like, not just this, the scrimmage is just to get your feet wet, but actual games, it's a different dynamic. And so he needs to get into that mindset, into that physical physical state where he can actually go around, and play beyond the scrimmage mode, because as hard as the scrimmage are, they are not true games. They are games just to get your blood flow running and all that kind of stuff. I know JR is going to work, and I hope in these games he can get a little bit more, a little bit more time, so he can get the rust out. Waiters, I like the way Waiters is playing. Shots weren't in yesterday that much, but I like his aggressiveness. I like the way he is always pushing, to get the offense going. That's what we need, man. We can't expect that LeBron does that all the time. LeBron can do that. He's done it. He's played, all the 48 minutes. Or at least 44 of them, of those minutes. But the advantage of having a different guy doing that is that then the defense have to work on something different than what they are set to do. So if we start getting also Kuzma making plays for himself, which, even in the Raptors game, Kuzma was doing his job, not only offensively, but defensively. That is good news. that is good news. Even though we lost that game, that is good news that Kuzma is starting to become a consistent player. And at this point, that is awesome. Because then we have Kuzma, and if we get Waiters and JR to step up, putting 10 points per game each, then we have a second unit that can do a lot of damage, you know. And you know, for this game with the Utah Jazz, the Lakers can use the big lineup, so that's going to be easier for the Lakers. I'm going to read some stats for this game. Okay, like in points per game, the Lakers is number 8 with 113.8, while the Jazz are number 19 with 110.7. So, you know, we are ahead offensively. That's, you know, only 3 points over, but, you know, something. Also, we are number 1 on field goals percentage, 48.1 percentage against 48.3. They are number 5. We are ahead, but they are pretty sharp with that. One thing is, it looks like they shot less the basket. So we gotta keep him. The Lakers have to keep him that way, and you know, as less as possible. For that, we gotta dominate on the rebounds, and you know, we're number 8 on rebounds, 45.46 rebounds per game. They are 44.9. We are number 8. They are number 13. It's not a big difference, though. Turnovers, we make a lot. We make a little bit more turnovers than them. 15.1. They make 15 flat. They are number 12. We are number 9 on turnovers. So disadvantage for us there. We gotta control the turnovers in this game. 3-point field goals, they are second in the league with 37.9. We are 19 with 35.2. So even though they are going to use the big lineup, I'm pretty sure they want to make us a perimeter team. They want to offense to run on the 3-point line, because we are right now not the best team there. We have sharpshooters, but their percentage have been going slower. Lower this season. And free throws, same thing. They are 16th. We are 28th. We have 73.1%. They are 77.4. They are not the best free throw team, but they are way better than us. And fouls, we also give more fouls than them. We're 16th. They are 20. We give 20.8. They give 20.1, which is not a big difference, you know. But when you take in consideration that we are really bad at free throws and 3 points, that's a very That's a very big disadvantage. And we could um, do better and in some games we do. We look like we don't miss anything, but that's not usually the case. Hopefully, all these guys who kind of turn it up on the playoffs do so. Also, another thing I want to talk about the Raptors game is that in that game we really missed Avery and we really missed Rondo. And if you know me, you know that I'm not very much of a Rondo advocate. Every time Rondo is on the court, it's minus in productivity. The Lakers become minus in productivity. So, I'm not a big fan of having Rondo much on the court. Now, when we gotta put pressure in point guards like Laurie, in the case of the Raptors, we miss those guys. We miss Avery and we miss Rondo because Rondo, even though he's not the defensive player he was once, he still can play pretty well defense. And so KCP is not a bad defender, but KCP can't keep on with Laurie. And, that is the truth. But, all in all, that game is just to learn. The game today, the Lakers can win it. I'm gonna predict the Lakers winning by 5 or more. I don't want to put 10 or more because that's what I did with the Raptors, and we couldn't do it. That's what I said also with the Clippers, and we couldn't do it. So I'm gonna put 5 plus, could be more. I don't think it should be less than 5. This game should be a good game to win, though I'm not saying the Jazz are a bad team, but this is a game because they have big guys in that team that they could lose. I'm going to talk about I don't know when we have Denver, but we got to watch out for Ball. This guy is bowling. He's doing things, just little bits, but if they try to make the Lakers a perimeter, that is true. Something I just read here about the Bucks. Why is it not showing completely? All right, the Bucks and the Pacers are looking really sharp. Those teams are sharp, and those teams also defend really well, and they are gonna try to make the Lakers look like become a perimeter shooting team. Now the Bucks, Miami exposed the Bucks on one thing. What that wall defense works pretty well to stop Giannis, at least as humanly possible. So that is something to ponder there. And the Lakers actually did something similar in the game they beat the Bucks. So the Bucks are beatable, and the Bucks have to get through the Raptors, and the Raptors kind of had their number last year. Yeah, Danny Green is not there. Kawhi is not there, but that's still a capable team. And like I said, Miami exposed a problem with a problem that can cause the wall defensive line against the Bucks. Of course, the Bucks have really capable three-point shooters. So, but most of their offense runs through Antetokounmpo. Talking about Antetokounmpo, we gotta also see if Costas can help with small lineups, because he's not small, but he moves fast and he's athletic enough, you know. So I want to see these guys before the playoffs: K-Cup, Costas, and THT. I do believe that the Lakers have only adjustments between them. I do believe the Lakers not only have a chance, I think they are the team with the best chance. They are a very cohesive team, and a very cohesive in a time. I mean, this team, who we have from last year, we have Rondo, who's not playing right now. We have Kuzma, LeBron, and JaVale. Who else? Who else we got from last year? Rondo, JaVale, Kuzma, and LeBron. The rest of the team is new. Pretty much the whole team is new. And we are the number one team on the West. So far, that if we win another game, we clinch on that number one position. So, and last year we weren't even a playoff team. Oh, KCP. Yeah, KCP. I'm sorry. KCP was two. I apologize, because I apologize to KCP if he ever sees this video, because I was a little bit dismissive of him, and now it shows again that I am a little bit dismissive of him. KCP has done a way better job in the second half of the part of the season that was active, and I'm pretty sure that he's going to be a great contributor in the playoffs. So, you know, I apologize for leaving KCP behind in this. Yeah, I mean, other than that, everybody else is new. It's pretty much a whole new team. And so, and if you think the starting lineup with everybody healthy, LeBron is the only one from last year, and JaVale, 2 from last year. The rest that are from last year are right now in the second unit, in the bench, basically. On the bench, on the bench. So I'm gonna say this. I think this game today is winnable. I think it's gonna be by 5 points or more. And I thank everybody for their comments. It kind of upsets me that some of the comments appear and then I can't see them anymore. I don't know if it's because of the box. I will try to make the box bigger so I don't miss those comments. But I'm happy that you are commenting. You can disagree with me in here. That's good, because then there is something to discuss. I don't mind fans of the other team. This is a Lakers chat, but if you're a fan of the other team and you want to say something, you can say something. Try to be respectful, though, but I don't try to diminish the other teams or their fans. Everybody have the right to be a fan of a team, but here, that's what we are, Lakers fans. All right, so I talk to you on the next live. I'm probably gonna do a video of the case for Kobe Bryant as the GOAT. I did few videos about a series about Will Chamberlain, which I think, because of his records and his individual achievements, he should be considered at least in the GOAT conversation. For me, he is the GOAT. I don't know how to get away from that. And if you look at those videos, you'll see my argument. But I'm gonna make an argument for Kobe Bryant for 2 reasons. Kobe Bryant is him and Magic Johnson are my favorite basketball players, and my favorite Lakers. Kareem, also, I might do a series on Kareem. And maybe people don't remember Magic being in the conversation for the GOAT, but he was considered by many the GOAT before Jordan had his run in the championship with the Bulls, in the championships with the Bulls. It was Magic. Yeah, I got views for the first one. I got very good views. The second one and the third one, I don't think I still have that many views. The third one, it's actually one of my big arguments. And I know people don't believe the George Marcus case, but there's documents that prove it. There was a testimony that proves that and there's a photo. I mean, the photo of George Marcus, that's Wilt Chamberlain. That's Wilt Chamberlain at 16. If you see videos of him at 17 and you see that photo of George Marcus using the phase uniform, it is him. It is Wilt. And the NBA doesn't want to acknowledge that. I don't know why at this point. I mean, Wilt is dead, and he should be acknowledged as the GOAT. There's enough to run on that. And like I said, I make arguments about the time machine. Yeah, that was a true story. Definitely. That was a true story. And there are proofs. There are definite proofs about that. And so that's one of my big arguments, because he was doing stuff like, you see Luka Doncic, kind of similar. I mean, the NBA wasn't what it was, the NBL, I think it was, wasn't the NBA now, but they have pretty good players already in the 50s, and it wasn't short white guys like people think. And the other thing is, he was scoring over 50 points per game, and he was scoring in the playoff 74 points per game, and he was doing stuff. I mean, I talk in my video about that, but also about the fact that he scored against an ex-Harlem Globetrotter that was 6'11". He was 6'11" by that time, by the way. But there's other stuff, like the proof of strength, the speed, the dexterity that he had. I talk about all that in the second video. I may have touched it on the first one, but the second video and the third one, I talk about that. The fadeaway jump. I think that jump shot is his. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe there was somebody using that jump shot before him, but I don't think so. I haven't seen it, and I have looked at it. And so, there was a lot of achievement for black people in that era that were kind of pushed down in history, like that it didn't exist. Remember, the 50s was not like today. Wilt Chamberlain got thrown things on the court, and he was, people were screaming the N-word at him, and a lot of dirty things at him, throwing cups, I saw somebody throwing what it looked like a piece of a chair. I wasn't if it was a chair or it was something else, but and Wilt, picks it up and throw it to the side. People were really mean to him, and so, it's, if he would have stayed as long as Kareem, he would have been over 39,000 points. Easily. And a lot of people think about him in the last years. And remember, in the last years, he was asked, when he was in the Lakers, to not score that much, pass the ball, and be more of an impact on defense and rebounds. And that's what he did. He was he had problems with coaches, but not that much. He was not a difficult guy at all. So he deserved recognition, and he was a Laker. I mean, one of the championship he won it in Philadelphia, which, you know, Philly fans should defend him too, because he is from Philly and he played for Philadelphia when the Warriors were a Philadelphia team, and then with the 76ers were a Philadelphia team. So I would urge Philly fans to fight for that, for your homeboy, man. And I fight for him because he was a Laker, but also because I think it's the right thing to do. Now, another disrespected guy is Kobe Bryant. Very disrespected. I mean, he's one of the top players in history. You know, if he's not top 5, I don't know what NBA people have been seeing. He is top 5. He's at least top 10, and on the, you know, higher part of the top 10. And he's been disrespected big time. And so I am also going to make a case for Kobe Bryant, and I'm also going to do it probably with Magic and Kareem. You know, Kareem still have the record of more points per career, you know, with over 38,000. And Jordan couldn't get there. Nobody. Carmelo is the closest one, I think. And LeBron is probably going to get there. LeBron is probably, if he stays, I hope LeBron stays even in his 40s with the Lakers, and get like a veteran contract, so we can get a younger guy and have finally like a three-headed monster, like a bona fide three-headed monster. Or maybe Kyle Kuzma becomes that third star, which it's probable. There's a big probability for that. I'm missing some of the comments, and I apologize for that. I'm using Streamlab, and I'm still not good at it. So bear with me. I will try to get better at this. But I don't want to take more time. I have a few things to do today, and I'm gonna try to do all these things before the game. I don't even remember at what time is the game. So, but I hope you enjoy that game. You can actually get your juices flowing and enjoy this game. Hopefully the Lakers will do what my prediction said, you know, beat Utah by 5 or more. Utah is a good team. I don't want to take anything away from them. I don't think they are a championship team right now, but they have enough pieces to surprise people. So let's enjoy that game. Talk to you I'm gonna try to go live before the next game, same day. I don't know if I'm gonna do it this time or earlier in the morning, when like I'm trying to do it. I am on the East Coast. I'm a Lakers fan, but I'm on the East Coast, so I'm gonna try to do it early enough that West Coast, LA people are awake, maybe on the way to work. You don't have to look at my face. Just put it on and hear what the discussion is about. And if you have time making some comments, that would be awesome. And I want to give a shout out to LA Sports Live. Look at his channel. He's got interesting stuff there. And all the people that are have subscribed to my channel and are watching this, and if you have a channel, let me know in the comments. I want to give you shout outs in my videos. I've been behind on that, but I'm trying to see how I can. I might record the shout outs before I record the video, and then I will put them in the videos. That way I make sure that they are there. So until the next one, see you later, and go Lakers. Bye bye. Let's see how. I have no idea how to stop this.